listening to a YouTuber talking about how to get what you want requires sacrifice, and the sacrifice that it requires is the sacrifice of yourself. And this is an idea that we see echoed in Christianity, right? The idea of Christ being the sacrifice, and how Christ represents the epitome of what we're striving towards. He's the pinnacle of man made God. So he's the archetype for who we as human beings are aspiring towards. Whether you believe in Christianity and Jesus and all of that, irrelevant. Conceptually, that's what it's trying to state. That Jesus represents the archetype of what it is we're striving for. And in the story, there's the sacrifice of that to achieve liberation. And so tying this into tantric teaching with the idea of sacrificing oneself to achieve spiritual liberation, to achieve returning to divinity, to achieve ananda or moksha, liberation and bliss. The idea of sacrificing the self is relating to sacrificing the ego, the mental construct of who we perceive ourselves to be, the idea of you as a concept, the idea of oneself as a concept, who you perceive yourself to be in the world is who you have to sacrifice in order to surrender to and embrace the divinity that resides within you. It's letting go of the limited individual self to embrace the unlimited divine self. And really, that's all I want to speak into with the idea of sacrifice. If you're wanting to achieve divinity, lightning, if you're wanting, thank you, God. If you're wanting to connect with your divinity from a tantric point of view, infused with the Christian point of view, and just the whole spiritual point of view, it's the surrendering of yourself, the sacrifice of your ego self, the sacrifice of the conceptual self of who you consider yourself to be as a person. To sacrifice that is how to embrace the divinity, how to embrace the liberation, the freedom, the expansion. That's what that is. From a tantric point of view, it's the surrender of the ego self to embrace the divine. And with that surrender, then the embrace, the moksha, the liberation, to then enjoy, with the, I've lost the word, ananda, bliss, to enjoy bliss, ananda, by embracing the divine self, to then infuse that into your individual self. See, in the tantric teachings, it's not about transcendence of the physical body. It's not about transcendence of the ego self. It's not about not enjoying the world. It's about surrender to divinity, surrender to the divine spot that resides within you, to then enjoy the worldly success, to enjoy the worldly delights. It's not a separation to two. A lot of yogic teachings will be all about transcendence. You have to transcend the body. The body is impure. That's not the way to experience life. It is a hindrance. It is a burden. From a tantric point of view, the body is a means to liberation. Through the utilization of the body, we get to enjoy the experience of being a human being from the point of view, the foundation of embracing divinity. So, sacrifice. If you're wanting to embrace your divinity, sacrifice your individuality. Sacrifice the concept of who you see yourself and embrace the unlimitedness of divinity.